the guys that get a lot of credit is Steve Blackman for muscular development. I mean, those guys have done an extraordinary job for years and years and years to promote health, to promote fitness, to promote strength, to promote bodybuilding, powerlifting, weightlifting, and all of those kind of things. So the contributions they made is gigantic, and I hail them for that.
Hey everybody, welcome to a very special edition of MD Global Muscle Hot News. This is Ron Harris, and I'm talking across the pond, all the way over in the UK, to AJ, Giles, and Chris Clark behind the scenes, making this all look pretty and sound nice. This is a special what?
Sorry, bringing the team together, mate, all in one.
Yeah. So we're going to do an Arnold Classic Australia preview, and yeah, let's kick it off. I'm going to do this in order of most likely to win on down the line, and that's, don't get mad, the other guys, if you're not the first person we talk about. Brandon Curry won the Arnold. He's not doing this show, which theoretically this leaves the door open for William Bonac to step on in and take the show pretty easily. I'm going to start with you, AJ. What do you think? Bonac, does he have the highest chance of winning this show, Arnold Australia?
He's the favorite going in. He won. It was close with him and Brandon. They even rewarded him with the most muscular man award. It's usually an award they give to the closest, So Luke Sandoe, even though he's on fire right now, I don't see him taking out Bonac, no. Even because it was very close with Bonac and Brandon Curry. It wasn't like Brandon won easy. So
Giles, I want to ask Giles this because I've never asked you this since the show. If Bonac had won, would you have been upset? Do you think other people would have been upset?
No, not at all. I mean, I had William Bonac winning after the judging, but he faded, but he kind of peaked at the judging, and he kind of just held his condition for the night show, whereas Brandon just got fuller, which made him look tighter. So he just pulled ahead by literally 1 or 2%. But the thing is with William, though, he always peaks at the big show. He always fades after his main show. If you see him at the Olympia, it's like he's the opposite of Roelly. Right. Roelly kind of improves usually because he kind of gets better after every single major show. But William does tend to fade. So I'll be interested to see. I don't know whether the loss is kind of. He's going to be on. Let's face it. And thing is with those guys, even when they travel all the way to Australia, they do tend to get looked after very well. By Tony Doherty. If you remember Kai Green in 2009 when he won the Australia, he actually improved. Yeah. Because, that obviously, because, these guys traveling abroad, sometimes they're by themselves and then, but Tony makes sure they get everything as they arrive.
I was hearing like 10 years ago or more when it was just the Australian Grand Prix, the guys would say, you guys who aren't going over to this show, you're missing out because Tony, he makes sure he drives. He has people drive you everywhere you need to go.
Yep.
He's got your chicken breast cooked for you. Everything's you're not missing anything. You don't miss meals. You don't have to worry about where you're supposed to be. I mean, it's first class VIP treatment, which that's pretty rare for bodybuilders to have.
Makes a big
that.
difference. Makes a big difference.
So Bonac, heavy favorite.
Yeah.
AJ, you guys agree?
I got him winning.
Yeah, I think if he's...
what about you, Ron? Don't you have Bonac winning?
Unless Roelly Winklaar pulls a rabbit out of his hat.
No.
Yes.
No.
It could happen.
It happened, yeah.
Giles, he dropped 15 pounds in 2 weeks last year.
He needs to lose more than 15 pounds, mate. He wasn't... No. Listen, guys, listen. Roelly is not as good as condition as when he took 4th last year. He dropped 15 pounds, and as you know, looked sensational. Beat William Bonac, who took 2nd, beat Dexter Jackson, who both beat him at the Arnold Classic last year. But Roelly isn't as good a condition as he was last year. So I'm sure he's going to look better, but I think he's going to peak for the Arnold Brazil.
But what you saw of Roelly Winklaar in Arnold Classic, Ron?
Yeah.
How many weeks out would you say he was?
From the way he looked at the Olympia last year, probably 4 weeks out, 5 weeks out.
I just said 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gone 2 weeks now?
Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty difficult for him to pull that off. I just don't think it's impossible. It could be done. It's a slim chance. I like his physique better than Bonac's just because a little taller, wider. He's just more massive. I just like his overall shape and everything. I mean, I think Bonac's got a tremendous physique. Don't get me wrong. But if they're both on, like they were at the Olympia, I would give it to Roelly. Is it enough time?
No,
Probably not.
I see William winning this, and I don't see Roelly. I could see Roelly in third or fourth. But having said that, I think Roelly will pull it in for the Arnold Brazil, and I think he'll win that by a landslide.
We always say that, but now it's Arnold Australia, remember?
yes, but I'm saying he's halfway at the Arnold Australia where he needs to be, and where he needs to be when he's perfect will be the time of the Arnold Brazil.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to challenge Roelly's what he told us was the case, but do you guys buy the food poisoning story?
No.
No?
No, I mean, I heard too many excuses. I heard too many reasons. He only got back from Curacao 8 weeks before. If he only had 8 weeks to prepare from scratch, say, why was he then guest posing at 2 weeks out? Then he was getting food poisoning. It's like, well, he should have pulled out the show. I mean, I don't know. I think it's and I heard about his knees and all these different reasons. I just think he just wasn't ready. I don't think he learned his lesson from last year's Arnold Classic.
Food poisoning, I'm not sure. I don't want to say no because you don't want to doubt what they're saying.
Yeah.
You just have to say, okay, let's see. But he was very negative in his interview with you. Not negative, but he was very angry, if you know what I mean.
Very defensive, yeah.
So I don't know what that means.
See his body language; it was very close. It was body language closed.
Yeah. So
you're a WWE fan, AJ. Wasn't that kind of like that when he grabbed the mic away from you and said, "Listen, Mean Gene."
Yeah, he was like that. So
he knew. He's not stupid.
He probably saw all the videos leading up of MD dissing him.
We love Roelly.
But come on. I still think Roelly could win the Olympia this year. He's still got the potential. All I'm saying is I'm spanking him for just not turning up in condition, but that's it. It's only one show. Like I said, he did it last year at the Arnold Classic when he took fourth. He pulled it round for the Arnold Australia beautifully. And when he drops that 15 pounds, like I said with you in the wrap-up with Milos, I said he just needs to drop 10, 15 pounds. He did that for the Arnold Australia. It all comes off his waist, and he just looks like a cartoon character, and he wiped the floor with Bonac and Dexter. Come on, let's face it.
We just really want to see Winklaar do good because we all really like him,
True. Well, another guy we really like, he might be on the cover of MD someday. Who knows? Luke Sandoe.
I've heard a rumor.
Yeah, I heard a little rumor. He might be our next cover guy. But, I mean, I was so impressed with him in Ohio. And could he beat Bonac? I mean, if Bonac fades a little bit, as he's been known to do as shows progress, and Luke tightens up even a little bit more, I think Luke's more than capable of winning this show.
I think he'll be top three. I think he will. I think just purely on, like we interviewed him, was it last night for episode 11 of Global Muscle Radio, and you could see in his face he was tight and he seemed relaxed and he seemed happy and and obviously he was buzzing from his third place at the Arnold Classic. I think he's going to be as good, if not better, for the Arnold Australia. So I do see him. Obviously, he's going to be first call out. He's going to be top three. He could beat Bonac. He could. I just don't see it happening at this show.
Was it close between him and Bonac live, guys, at the Classics?
No, not really.
Yeah, top two was pretty clear, wasn't it?
Top two. I mean, but Luke's getting better and better. I mean, Bonac, I don't think Bonac's going to get any better than he is now. He's pretty much maxed out. He's awesome, but this is as good as he's going to get. Whereas Luke, this is like night and day from the shows last year. He's so much better now, and he's only 31 years old.
Well, Well, Luke took sixth at the Arnold Australia last year, and he's certainly going to do better there this year. Right. Certainly going to do. I think he'll be 100%. I think Luke will be top three, and I think he'll repeat his defeat over Roelly and guys like Josh, which is to repeat that. Then it shows it wasn't a fluke to the naysayers and the fans that maybe think, But the thing is, no one really denied Luke deserved third anyway, so it's a solid third place. And you can't really get a fluke placing at the Arnold Classic.
Right. So, but if that scenario happens, if Bonac does fade a little bit, conditioning is down maybe like 10%, could very well happen. While Luke looks the same or better, I could see Luke getting ahead of him.
But don't you guys think Bonac is very hungry for this win? Because he lost a close show. Yeah. And if you lose a close show, and then you go to Arnold Australia and then you lose.
He lost it last year as well.
That's not going to be a good look.
Yeah, but Bonac won the Arnold Classic last year in Columbus. Then he lost it to the Arnold Australia. So you're right. He will be extra hungry for this
He will be hungry. So I expect him to win.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he will.
Very well. Now, Cedric was another guy. Cedric McMillan, we're all fans of Cedric's physique.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's got an amazing physique with the structure and the shape and everything, but condition in Ohio, you know, not impressed with the condition. I'm hoping he comes in sharper for this because he got fourth in Ohio, right, Giles?
Fourth place. Yeah, fourth place.
Correct,
So, I mean, you have him as you have him right about there again, fourth place, fifth place?
Yeah, I would say Cedric, I wasn't that disappointed with his condition at the Arnold Classic. It was probably because he always likes to bring his A game to the Arnold because he's had second, first, third at the Arnold Classic from 2016 to 2018. So I don't think has he done Australia before? I can't think for the last couple of years. I don't think he's done Australia. So I think he'll be, I reckon he'll be at least the same that he was in Arnold. So I think fourth place will be a lock. Unless he can tighten up and then try and maybe pull ahead of someone like Luke. But I think Luke's just riding a wave right now. And I just think, whether Cedric can improve upon his condition last week, I'm not sure.
So Rafael Brandao is skipping this one.
Oh.
I'm sure he really wants to win the Arnold Brazil. I mean, if I were him, he's already like a national hero down there.
That would be a great victory.
Well, he's going to have a shredded Roelly to go up against.
Oh, well, that's true. I mean, if Roelly does that, that's plenty of time for him to look the way he needs to look.
And he will. I believe that.
Is Roelly confirmed to do the Brazil?
Well, he needs to do it if he isn't.
No, I haven't even seen a list for that, but these things aren't updated until we're a couple weeks away.
Anyone advising Roelly would say, look, mate, you're 4 weeks out from being absolutely perfect. So he needs... I think he should skip the Arnold Australia, and I think he should just go back to Q8 and just to prep for the Brazil.
Well, I mean, his advisors are basically, I would imagine, Bader and Abdullah, right?
Well, I heard Bader didn't even want him to do the Arnold Columbus. I don't know whether that's true. Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know whether that's true. I'm trying to think. I can't even remember who said that to me, but they said no. He wanted Roelly to pull out of the Arnold Columbus. I mean, I'm sorry if that's incorrect, but that is what I was told.
I mean, I could see that because there was no way he was going to get in shape to the point where he was in contention to win it. There was just no way.
Yeah. Do you think that's why he did the guest posing? Because he knew maybe he wasn't going to come in and he was off, and so he just thought, I'll go and pick up some extra money because I'm probably not going to win the Arnold. Well,
as you know, these guest postings are usually arranged months in advance, so I seriously doubt it was a last-minute call from Nepal. Hey, Roelly, what are you doing Sunday? Want to come over to Nepal and guest pose at our show?
Yeah, I don't know. You don't know? I don't know.
I mean, I hope it wasn't a last-minute decision. If it was, and he got food poisoning as a result, I'm sure he's kicking himself in the ass right now.
That's why he looked pissed off when you were interviewing him.
Well, he's pissed off because I asked him about the guest posing.
Yeah. You did. That was the first thing you asked. I was like, Ron, good on you, mate. Yeah. You're like, okay, the elephant in the room, we're going to ask you the question.
Even though AJ told me not to read the YouTube comments, but 99% of them say, Ron Harris, he's a pussy. He doesn't ask any real hard. It's like he just kisses these guys' asses. It's softball questions. I'm like, well, I better not do this time. I better get even at the risk of getting these guys a little upset, I'm going to come out with the question.
Is that why he pulled the mic out your hand because he was going to hit you over the head with it?
No, I think it was a thing. He really wanted to directly address the camera, so he grabbed the mic. It was just like in wrestling.
Yeah,
listen. He beat me ass at WrestleMania. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it was very, very WWE-like.
Fantastic.
So the next couple places could shuffle around. Kuklo, I think you said you weren't impressed with his condition, or you were in Ohio? Because I thought he was right bang on condition-wise.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Giles. Steve Kuklo.
You talking to me? I was impressed. I thought he looked good. I think he looked equally as good as he did last year. His posing was slightly improved, still not as good as it needs to be, but he was pretty shredded. He was so around the chest and shoulders. He's so thick and full. He's always going to be, and he always seems the judges do like him. They like his physique, they like his structure. So he's never going to get robbed. So I think he'll be. You're right. I think you're right. 5th, 6th. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, because Josh Lenartowicz, who was down in 8th place, he got the best poser and all that, but. We agreed he was a little watery, a little blurry, especially from the waist down. Not the best Josh condition wise. I would say that was a little less conditioned than he was even when we saw him win in Tampa back in 2017.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks, I don't know how much time that is to get your shit together in. and get rid of whatever fat and water there. But I'm sure he's from the Melbourne area, right?
Yeah, correct.
I'm sure he wants to win this show badly. So he's probably doing like 3 hours of cardio a day or something. I'm sure he's been going all out to try to tighten up for this. If he tightens up significantly, how far up could you see him moving up in the ranks past some of these guys we talked about?
Brandau's not doing it.
Yeah, I think he's
not doing it.
I think based upon what we saw Roelly did last year from the Arnold to the Arnold Australia, and obviously like you said about Josh in his hometown and everything, I think 2 weeks is enough for him to really pull it in and look his best. Because I see if say his body weight was around 280 on stage, he needs to be closer to 270. I think I messaged him. I said, you're about 8 to 10 pound off being perfect. Because, he just was too heavy. From the back, I estimated 8 to 10 pound, and he'll be crisp, he'll be hard. But I just think he needs to get that ratio right. It was like he was in Tampa, he was absolutely enormous. But then I know he had the stress in 2017 with Dallas Stein and everything. But when he seems to get tighter, he seems to lose a lot of size. So, and when you're saying about doing 3 hours of cardio, like we were talking to Luke last night, and he was saying it was an easier prep because he didn't push his body as hard. He didn't do as much cardio. So I think for someone like, Josh needs to look at maybe the way he's prepping, because I think he needs to get that, because if he can hold that muscle and get that condition, I mean, he's going to be he's going to be like a second Dorian. He's got that kind of thickness, but he's not getting the ratio of balance of condition to size correct, in my opinion. I think he can really pull ahead, and I just want to see him looking his best, because I think he would have been really disappointed with even though he won the best posing award at the Arnold Columbus. Right. But I just want to see him. I want to see him 10 pound lighter.
The one thing I would also, physique-wise, for balance purposes, I'm very picky, very, very picky. I critique the little tiny things.
Good.
I would tell him, chill out on the legs. Your legs are they're as big as they ever need to be. Get the arms up. His shoulders are as big as they ever need to be.
Yep.
His arms, because his shoulders are so enormous, his quads they're like approaching big Ramy size, honestly. I would just bang on those arms, get those arms bigger, because that's when I see his physique flowing a little better. That's why he placed where he did too. It wasn't just condition. It's overall shape and balance.
Yeah, I think his chest needs to come up as well. But I think if he comes in lighter, everything will look fuller anyway. What do you think, AJ?
True.
Well, Phil Heath said Josh needs to get some roundness. That's what that's what he said. Like, he needs to get more rounder. I think he went home to Australia, home country. He's going to really drop some weight now, and he's going to be in the top 3.
Oh, you think top 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I could see him moving ahead of people like Cedric.
Brandau beat him. He's not there.
Yeah.
Brandon beat him. He's not there. And he's going to surpass Kuklo.
You think he'll beat Kuklo and Cedric?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I do too. I think because he's got a lot of pride at stake, because it's Melbourne. I really think he's going to do whatever it takes to be bang on perfect condition, or as close to it as he can be for the show. I would if I was in his position, because Tony Doherty's a really good friend to him, and he doesn't want to let Tony down. He doesn't want to come into his show looking anything less than his best.
Has he got any show? Sorry, go on.
And he doesn't want to feel, I'm sure if he places well, he doesn't want anyone talking shit that he got a gift because he's Tony Doherty's buddy. So he's got to really earn it. That's, people do say things like that all the time in this sport.
Yeah.
So who else? Moving on. Akim Williams, another big boy. Yeah. Yes. Akim, 9th. I believe he was 9th place in Ohio.
Yes.
Right behind Josh. He needed to be a little tighter too for someone his size. I saw him. The best I've seen him was Toronto last year. He went down to, I think, a little under 250, which is almost 20 pounds less than he typically competes at. Still looked enormous, but like you said, it's all an illusion. When you tighten everything up, everything looks bigger, and he's got so much roundness and fullness. It's a hell of a physique. I just want to see it really dialed in, grainy, crispy, dry.
And that's not going to happen for this Australia.
No, maybe not in 2 weeks. But I was actually, I was sat next to him at breakfast the day after the Arnold Classic at the hotel. And I said, what did you weigh, Akim? And he said, I weigh 265. And I said, mate, you need to be around 250, really. Yeah. I said, because I didn't realise, actually, until seeing you that's the first time I'd seen him in the flesh on stage, I didn't realise how good he was. And I said, not even 10 pound will do it, because his radial bicep was very blurry. But I said, you were right. Brandon Curry was competitor number 1. Akim was number 2. So I said, you've got the same round, full kind of same sort of similar style muscle of Brandon Curry with an even kind of smaller waistline. But he needs to flatten the stomach and drop 10 to 15 pounds. And I said, you do that and you'll win multiple pro shows.
Yeah. It's crazy how many of these guys, once they finally embrace or they stop worrying about being big and full and weighing X amount on stage, they do so much better. Like Roelly, I don't know if Roelly wasn't necessarily trying to be a certain body weight, but the tighter Roelly gets, the lighter he gets, the better he looks.
Smaller his waist gets.
Yeah, it's all an illusion.
Roelly did it for Prague, he did it for the Arnold Australia, and it's like those past the sort of 7-8 pound of the condition that comes off, the rest comes off his waistline, and it just makes him look completely crazy.
All right. Now, out of respect to AJ, let's move on and talk about Jeffrey Beckham. What do you got to say? I know he's. I know you're a fan.
He's my guy. He's my guy. Well, it's a tough lineup this for him because there's some improvements he needs to do in his physique to win this kind of show.
You said he had a good physique, but he just needed more condition.
Yeah, but still, these guys are like top in the world, and he's never won any shows of the top caliber. Mm-hmm. So he loves Australia, and he always done very good in Australia. He's very popular in Australia.
What's his best placing in Australia?
He got the 4th or 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, really? Wow.
So he's very popular in Australia. He's good friends with Tony Doherty. He hasn't done a show since Romania Pro, where he got sick. So he's really looking to do some damage here, but the only problem is a very good lineup.
Yeah.
So
A-listers.
It's a very good lineup. He's 6'1" tall. It's big guy. He's got a great frame. So let's see. We wish him well, but it's going to be a hard lineup to place top 3 in for him.
More unwanted advice from Ron. If you're listening, Jeffrey, hammer that back, buddy. I was looking over some pictures getting ready for this, and tremendous arms, legs are awesome.
Legs are
awesome. He's got a very, very pleasing shape and structure. When he turns around, the back is a liability. It could be wider, could be thicker. And, some of these guys have backs like, manta rays. So,
yeah.
And, obviously condition. You always need to be in condition. We're not going to talk about all these guys because some of them, unless you want to. I'm not.
Bring it
I'm
up.
not wholly. Marc Dautruchet I think he's from France. I want to say.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this guy.
How about Andrew Hudson?
Andrew Hudson, South Africa. He's a South African pro. I did see some guest posing pictures of him 2 weeks out, and he looks more than 2 weeks out.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got insane potential. He hasn't competed for a couple of years. I think the last time I got 2015 Arnold Brazil in my head, and I think he got 8th there. That's just popped up in my head. But I think he had a lot of work to do in those 2 weeks, probably more than Roelly.
Steve Orton, I recognize because he did the show last year. He looked pretty good. I believe I believe his place 7th. Yeah, he was up there. He was in the running. So
yeah, Luke was 6th. Luke was 6th. Steve was 7th. Steve, I've seen some pictures of Steve, and he does look pretty insane. Actually, he's a lot bigger than last year, and his condition is fantastic. So he is not. Whether he's probably going to be around the same sort of placing, but the thing is, there's a lot bigger names and there's more competitors in this show, good competitors, A-listers. So I think he's going to be definitely improved upon how he looked last year.
Okay. Sam Pierce, there's a thread on musculardevelopment.com, No Bull Forum about him. Looks good. It's gonna be a tough show. This is show. I applaud anybody who's like not really established yet, not a big name, for doing a show like this. You're gonna be up there with Bonac and Roelly and Josh and Luke. Cedric, you guys have some balls, so I take my hat off.
It's crazy now you're saying these names and you're kind of throwing Luke's name in there now. It's like Roelly, Cedric, Luke.
Luke's an A. He's on the A-list now. There's no doubt.
He's moved up the A team.
Top 3 at the Arnold. You're no joke.
Yeah, no fluke. No fluke. No fluke. Luke. We're going to call him.
Luke. Mikhail Volinkin. We saw him. The guy from Uzbekistan. You can't say Russia because they get mad. It's Uzbekistan. He's good, he's okay. He's good. He needs work to really stand on an equal footing with these guys.
Correct.
I've never heard of Justin Wessels.
I have.
You have?
Yeah, we heard the name, yeah.
Yeah, Justin did the 212 in New Zealand last week. He's an airport firefighter, and he's actually really good. He's got a really nice physique. What do you think, AJ?
I've seen him. He looks good, but still, this is a hard lineup for him. But he'll beat a lot of the other names he just said.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
And the final guy is Quincy Winkler. So supposedly he's been to Kuwait and he's gotten much larger. I haven't seen any pictures of him or video or anything. So you know, Roelly says he has the same exact potential as him. I wonder how close he could get to like Roelly's size.
Yeah, I've seen Quincy as a 212, and he never really nailed his condition. And the excuse he gave the reason he gave to me, sorry, no excuse, was that he said he had to lose too much muscle to make 212, which then brought him in soft and flat. But I just want to see him at his the best version of his physique. I don't really care where he places. I just want to see the guy progressing, because Quincy's a really nice guy as well. He's very he's a bit of a live wire and real nice guy, and so I just hope to see him and it'd be lovely to see him and some photos of him next to Roelly. That'd be very cool. I think, has that ever happened before? Two brothers, two pros on stage together? Has it ever happened?
Well, well, I don't know. Mike and Ray Mentzer might have, but I doubt it, because Mike didn't do many shows.
How long has he been in Kuwait? How long has he been in Kuwait?
Not sure, because I did the interview with Roelly, the Skype interview back in, I want to say it was like January or maybe in December. But at that point, no, it had to be December, because the list wasn't out yet. And at that point, he was telling me that Quincy was going to be in Ohio on stage with him. Okay. But, you know, you apply, that doesn't mean you're going to get in. Obviously, they accepted Roelly. They want Roelly in the show, but there's only space for a certain amount of guys, and they didn't accept him for the Ohio Arnold, but he's going to be here. Yeah, I don't know. Roelly said, but you know, we'd have to do some research. I don't think there's ever been two brothers as pros on stage competing against each other.
No, it's never happened. It's fantastic.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see, because Quincy, I've never been overly impressed with him as a 212. He's too tall for it. I always said this guy should just put some more size on and go open, and here we have it. So I'm going to say the bikini is going to probably be Janet Layug again. Probably.
One thing in these prediction shows. What's your top 5, Ron, in the open?
Oh, my top 5. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Because people, you never say your top 5. What's your top 5, Ron?
I don't, because until you see these guys walk out, you don't know what.
This is the fun bit. Come on, we've got to speculate on what we know and what information we have.
Okay, I'm going to go Bonac, Luke, Roelly, Cedric. No, wait a minute. Where did I put Josh?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me start over. I'm going to assume that Josh has dropped a lot of fat and water.
Yeah. And
he's tightened up considerably. So let's go Bonac, Luke, Josh, Roelly, Cedric. Is that 5?
I think that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, that's my top 5. AJ top 5.
Bonac, Luke, Roelly, Josh, and Cedric.
That's exactly how I have it.
Is it?
Exactly. Nope. Yeah, that's exactly how I had it in my head.
Steve Kukla says, you guys are all assholes.
Sorry, Steve. Well, no, I mean, Steve's consistent. He never really comes in. Like the last year or two, he's never really coming off, has he? He never really fades. Yeah. So
he could be in there. He could be in there. Absolutely, he could be in there.
I think both of you are right, though. I think Josh is going to be the one that jumps up the most. I think he's going to step over. I think he's going to be mad as hell, and I think he's really wanted to redeem himself. Because the thing is, he has improved, but his condition didn't reflect and showcase the improvements he's made. And all he needs to do is drop that 8 to 10 pound, which he can do in 2 weeks. And if he's dropped it, then he's going to be top 3. Let's face it.
Yeah. So bikini's probably going to be Janet, because she just won, and I think everybody that she beat is there for her to beat again. Fitness, same thing. Rael grabber. Nothing. Bikini.
We got to stop trolling with bikini. We got to take it more serious. Who's doing the competing, Ron? Who do you have there?
I don't have the whole list in front of me, so I'm a troll. I figured we'd talk about the open for like 99%.
Janet's a safe bet, I think.
I mean, they're all so gorgeous. They all look so good. I couldn't judge bikini. I see the top 5, and I'm like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. They all look perfect. Bodybuilding, I can always come pretty close to the judging. I've never been off by more than a couple places, but bikini, you could have the first call out if it's like 6 women. I might be able to tell you who's going to win. After that, I don't know. They all look great.
I agree. Yeah. I agree.
What about AJ?
I don't know. Ashley Coltwasser, is he doing it?
High tech girl.
No, we don't know the list, so it's hard for us to.
That.
Yeah,
my bad. Fitness is probably going to be Rael Graber again. He just won.
What about Whitney Jones? And, there's Missy Farrell.
Yeah, and figure is wide open because Sydney Gillen is not going to Australia.
Oh,
Jessica's going to win it.
So who's in it then?
Jessica's going to win it.
Apparently, that's all we need to know. Jessica Reyes?
No, Jessica Reyes Padilla. She's I've been staying in contact with her and firing her up, and she's really excited to win this because I had a second at the Arnold, and I think she's fantastic. I think her and Sydney for me were the two best in that show. No disrespect to Nadia Watts, she was fantastic, but in my idea of what a figure constitutes, I just preferred the structure of Sydney and Jessica.
Is Nadia Watts doing the Arnold Australia?
I believe so. Was she second? Was she second, Giles, in Ohio?
Yeah, that's going to be the top two.
But is she doing Arnold Australia?
I think Ron says
I believe so. I glanced at the list and I do recall seeing her name.
She'd be crazy not to do it, being the runner-up with no Sydney. So she's probably going to, pick up the win. So fair enough.
Now there is going to be a webcast of this. We found out. It's probably available on the Arnold Sports Festival website. It has all the nations. You click on Australia, and then it's Arnold TV, and it'll be right there embedded in it. I believe we're gonna try to link it to a thread on MD as well.
Brilliant.
But the timing sucks ass for those of us here in the U.S. Because there's a 13-hour time difference between the East Coast of USA and Melbourne, Australia. So for you right there in the UK, that would be 13 minus 4,
9,
which I believe is 9. So
I believe he's not.
Ron's trolling us, mate. Ron's trolling us.
No, I'm not really. Math is not my thing. So 1 a.m. judging here, and then 4 a.m. finals. I stayed up and did play-by-play last time. I'm trying to get out of it, but I have a sneaking suspicion I'll end up doing it. I'll just take naps or something.
Ron, is it true we got Flex Wheeler doing some coverage for MD and we've got a photographer?
No, that is not. No, that is not happening.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you?
Sorry, no, I'm sure I saw an MD. I'm sure Steve said or someone said that.
There was some.
Right.
There was. They spoke. It's he's not available to do it. But
okay.
If I had somehow planned for it, I could have been over there. But lack of planning.
We need to go next year. We need to go next year, mate.
It's great the season have started, isn't it, guys? Isn't it great to have bodybuilding back again, Ron? It's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, bodybuilding was never gone. Come on, what do you mean?
Ron, we've just done 2 solid days of film. We've had a fantastic time, haven't we, AJ?
Yes, we have.
AJ, I liked your jacket yesterday. I saw the picture. It was purple. Purple, right?
It was purple. But when you come on, we got to dress more professionally,
Brandon Curry said you had a Barney the dinosaur jacket on. Because he's purple. He said, "What with a Barney the dinosaur jacket?" He said, "I love it, bro."
No, it's gonna be a good show. I hope more people come to the muscular development. No bull forums in the play-by-play. We need more people commentating there.
Okay, well, I'm 93% sure I will be doing a play-by-play late Friday night, early Saturday morning.
Good.
So I'll let you guys know, but I'm probably pretty sure I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, AJ, what jacket size is that? Because in America, we go by like 44, 48. They do like the measurement around the chest, regular, wide. What jacket size?
I have to go to my tailor and get it custom made. So I don't even know. They just tape me and I go there.
So it's not a size. It's just AJ's size.
Ron, he put his jacket, when he stayed 2 weeks ago, he put his jacket over the sofa and I looked and it said 6XL.
Okay, 6XL.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Giles, what size is that jacket?
This is fully tailored.
So you don't know either. Okay.
Fully tailored by Victor Valentine, tweed tailors, handmade.
If you bought one off the rack, you have no idea what jacket size you take?
No, that's what the peasants wear.
Whoa.
I'm going to estimate, if we're going by chest circumference, AJ, you probably don't know your chest circumference, but I'm good like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 65-inch chest.
That's probably not far off, actually.
Yeah, we'll find out soon. I'll get you the measurements for next time I'm on. Yeah.
I think the measuring tape only goes to 60, though, so you might have to get an extender.
Yeah. Ron, have you watched the latest Global Muscle Radio episode 11? What do you think?
I have not watched it yet. My bad. I will. I promise.
Come on, it's been up 4 hours now.
I got. I'm getting my way through this. I'm gonna flash it real quick so nobody does a screenshot. The MD outline. The next issue.
Okay.
So I'm working hard on that. I do double duty. I write a lot for the print magazine and do this too. So,
also, we've announced in our new columnist for MD. I think are we okay to announce that?
Sure. Is it AJ?
No.
Well, I hope so. Luke Sandoe's got a new column.
That's right.
coming in. I believe he's already done it as well, because I messaged him. I said, "Oh, if they spoke to you about doing it and all that," and he said, "Oh, I've pretty much finished it, Giles." He said, "I'm talking about the hardcore mindset." So and this is a guy that he writes it, and he's a good writer. He's a good media guy. So this is a good all rounder. He's a good person to have on the team. So. Thing is, Ron, over this side of the world now, you've got myself, you've got AJ, you've got Chris, you've got Rosie, we do Muscle News Weekly.
So he can take a 3 months break and prep for that Masters Pro Card, Ron. Ron, that's everybody out there. Don't you guys want to see Ron Harris takes his long-awaited Pro Card?
He needs to compete again, Ron.
Come on, Ron.
Come on, Ron.
So, a new shoulder, a hernia surgery, and then, let's say, 9 months in Kuwait.
Okay.
I think that'd do it.
We'll just drag you on stage.
He doesn't need 9 months in Kuwait, Ron. Doesn't need that.
8 months.
8 months.
Final offer. 8 months. Okay.
Yeah,
well, guys,
cool.
Thank you so much. This has been an interesting preview.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to do it nice and professional-like with this. I watched Clockwork Orange for like the 40th time last night, and I'm feeling a little more British today.
We need to, honestly, now we've got if we can coincide these, because we have the studio every 2 weeks for 2 days at a time, record Blue Muscle Radio. If we've got AJ, we've got the studio time, why don't we just do these kind of show previews, and do it this way? Because you threw this idea at me last night, and I was like, that is such an obvious, fantastic idea. So I'm really glad we've done this.
Mm-hmm. Very often the obvious thing doesn't occur to me until like a month or two later. Why didn't I do that? I should have done that.
Yeah. And next time we got to add the list so we know every competitor.
Well, nothing against the other divisions. I was focused on the open bodybuilding because that's what most people on our boards are really interested in.
What's the most you're looking forward to? Which routine do you want to see the most? Which routine are you looking most forward to see amongst the open?
Probably Jeff Beckham. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Exactly, me too.
Is he that good?
He's a great poser. He's absolutely a better poser than any of these people.
Oh, wow.
100%. Well, Bonac has a great posing.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Josh won best poser, so technically he is a very good poser.
Cedric's a good poser, as long as he don't do the bird box thing again.
Right. Well, he will. I'm sure he will. But
what if he falls off the stage though and he walks forward with the blindfold on?
We almost got hit by that boulder that kept getting dropped.
Oh, he fell off the stage.
No, Jeff Beckham looking. And also shout out to Kristine Finsos from Norway.
Okay,
She's doing the Arnold. She's doing this show in figure.
Correct.
So that's Kristine Finsos. So she's been really pumped that Must Development have been talking a little bit about her.
Yeah.
So she's really excited. But I'm looking forward to Jeff Beckham.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I just want to give a big shout out to High Tech.
I got Can you see the shirt?
Yeah, no? Nice. Well, High Tech are making all this possible.
Beautiful picture of Ron.
Hot News, Globe Muscle Radio. It's all possible because of them.
Ron Harris and Mark Anthony on my Instagram. The beautiful picture of you two. You remember that picture? Everybody's like, wow.
It looked like a bromance.
I know, it looked great.
He's a good dude. I like Mark.
Yeah, me too.
I can't wear this shirt to shows anymore because there's pictures of me at like 10 different shows with this shirt on. People are going to say, you're a bum. Yeah. It's bad enough you got to wear tight T-shirts all the time instead of a proper jacket.
I want you to commit to this now so it's on camera. Olympia finals, you've got to suit up, mate.
Like a full suit?
Well, if maybe from the suit jacket, shirt, maybe a waistcoat.
What did Phil have on at the party? He had a jacket. He had a nice shirt. Did he have jeans on or slacks?
I can't remember.
Would be nice for him to show some tight leggings, though, to show the quad size.
Leggings.
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, if I wear like slacks, I just look fat because, my hips are not small and my legs are not small.
Come on, Ron.
I look like a little fat guy.
It's the Olympia, mate. We got to dress up, mate. We got to look smart.
We have time. We have time to sort it out.
We have time for that. So. Yeah.
All right, let's put an end to these shenanigans for now. Everybody, thanks for watching this Arnold Classic Australia preview, which was done as I have to look it up because I keep forgetting the name of this was a Global Muscle Hot News. I keep wanting to say Buzz and All Radio and Global Muscle Hot News, produced by Pumped Studios, Chris Clark, starring AJ and Giles, brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals, and stay on musculardevelopment.com. We're going to have plenty of nice coverage, photos and videos and so forth coming to you from the Arnold Classic Australia this weekend. Thanks for watching.